just the common thieves, you know, just
Run-of-the-mill
like
thieves,
shoplifters, you know. Charlie was the only murderer they ever kept in this jail.
Hello and thanks for tuning in again. Today we're going to take a ride to the town of Benton, Illinois to visit an old jail where the second to the last man ever hanged in the state of Illinois was hanged at that jail. It's about 84 degrees this morning, sunny and clear, no cloud in the sky. Come on and join me on the ride. Okay, we've arrived at the Franklin County Preservation Society of Illinois, the historic jail museum. I just met up with Corbin. He's going to take us on a little bit of a guided tour through the historic jail in Franklin County, where the famous Charlie Birger, did I pronounce that right?
Charlie Birger.
Yeah, he was the second to last man to hang in Illinois.
So the main reason Charlie was hanged was for the order of murder of Joe Adams, who was the mayor of a small town right here.
West City, wasn't he the mayor of West City? Okay.
Yeah, and he didn't kill him himself, but he was arrested and hanged for the order of the murder. Here's the basket that, well, it's a similar basket to the one that Joe was carried in.
When you say carried, what do you mean? His corpse was carried in that?
Yeah.
Oh, I see the corpse. Okay. So this is the Tommy, one of the Tommy guns. This is an actual one, or is it a replica?
I believe this is one of the replicas. We've got some real ones farther back in a cell here. I'll show you.
Wow. Got a real handgun there?
Yes, I believe that one is real.
Look at the old siren they used to put on the cop cars back.
Yeah.
A lie detector? Is that what that is?
Yeah, I don't know how well they worked back then, but up until 1970, the sheriff and his family were required to live in the jailhouse, and about this entire place with the kitchen and all these rooms were where the sheriff and his family would live. I'm sure they had all kinds of furniture and different things like that.
This is the actual hangman's noose that was used.
So this wasn't for Charlie, this was just a hangman's noose they had in that time period. But these were the actual handcuffs that they used on Charlie the day of the hanging. Over here, it's a little creepy looking, but it's just a dummy, supposed to be Mr. John Moore. It's one of the sheriffs here.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I mean, they had these, you know, metal doors and locks, because I wouldn't want to be staying in a room right by these prisoners, you know. I feel like
oh yeah, I guess you're right. So they had him locked in there in case something happened. I see.
So here we've got all the cells.
Wow.
Yeah.
This does look creepy.
Okay, you can go through them all.
My goodness.
Want to get locked in one?
No, that's all right. Wow.
Yeah, all the doors still work, and it's not a lock system. They all slide back and forth.
So this is it. They had a toilet.
Yep.
And a little
that's
cot.
actually a more updated thing. They put those in kind of later on after the 20s, but back in the 20s they probably just had them
a bucket or something.
Bucket, yeah.
Oh my.
And actually the beds are actually a little more padded now. They had them on straw beds back in the 20s.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Just to give you an idea, a spec of the size of these cells, I'm standing in it just to show you how much room there is. Look at this. That's all they had.
Not a lot of privacy either.
Yeah, no privacy. So how many people was this jail ever filled at one time?
I mean,
This would look like a two-person spot here.
So this was actually, they kept Charlie in here for about less than a day before he got moved into an upstairs cell.
Okay.
But typically, I mean, the people they kept in here were kind of just the common thieves, you know, just
Run-of-the-mill
like
thieves,
shoplifters, you know. Charlie was the only murderer they ever kept in this jail.
I see.
He was the worst one, the worst one they kept in here. But one of the coolest things we've got here, this is the death record book that they had, and see the 1, 2, 3, the fifth name down, they misspelled its name.
Oh wow.
With a Y. And you know, it says April 19, 1928, hanged by the neck until dead, dead, dead. That's because in Illinois, you have to have 3 death certificates. You have to be pronounced dead 3 different times before they
Interesting.
pronounce you, you know, fully dead. This picture on this wall, you can see it's the same cell door. That's where he stood for that picture. It was right there.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't look too concerned. Pretty relaxed. In the back room, we have the remnants of the original gallows.
Okay.
Because those out there are
It's a replica. These are the actual pieces of wood that
These
came
are
off.
pieces of the original gallows with the. So yeah, these cells are pretty much similar to the other ones, but here they're blocked off, of course, so nobody can reach for them. But
Wow, that's the actual piece of wood
yep.
that hung Charlie Birger. My goodness, what history.
Yeah, this the cell that Birger was kept in.
This is the actual cell he was in.
Yes.
Okay.
And he convinced the authorities to let him have a machine gun with him in his cell because
What?
he was afraid of the other prisoners. Which why they let him have one, I don't know. But
That's supposed to be him standing there, I guess?
yeah.
So he got a phonograph,
A
couple of bunks.
A record, he loved his white tank tops. That was his big thing.
The wife beaters.
Yeah. And if you that picture back there, it's just another one of him, that big
Smiling.
old grin on his face, right as it before it goes on his neck.
Boy.
And then these photos over here, that's after he's been hanged. It took him 18 minutes
To hang him.
to hang him.
And that's the basket they used to transport his body.
Yeah, they use the similar basket as Mr. Joe. But his final words were, "It's a beautiful world."
Well, that's been contested, right? Some say it's a beautiful day. He was
Yeah.
hanged.
Either way, though, it's
Pretty somber.
he had a positive outlook, I guess.
Well, that was the end of this tour. Thank you, Corbin.
Yes,
Corbin,
thank you.
right?
Yes.
Thank you for the awesome tour. And again, we'll see you soon. Thanks for tuning in. That was it of our tour of the historic jail. Replica gallows of the kind that Charlie Birger was hung from. As you saw earlier, the original pieces of wood are inside the cell up there on the second floor. I would have hated to have to walk up those stairs for the last time. About midday, I say we go get something to eat. So we're getting ready to head over to Mr. D's for lunch, a local restaurant, I guess, here in the town of Benton. So I hope they have good hamburgers. We're going to find out. Follow me. Well, Mr. D's was more like a Sonic, a drive-in place. It's too hot out here. I want to have a place where I can sit down and enjoy some air conditioning. I guess we'll go ahead and try La Fiesta Mexican restaurant. Can't be Mexican. So all Mexican restaurants are known for their salsa. Let's take a look at this one. See what it tastes like. That's good salsa. Definitely. Just look at all that savory goodness. Very rich. Real deep red. Man, that's fresh. So not wanting anything too heavy, I opted to go for something pretty light. We went with the ground beef burrito. Wow, that looks delicious. Okay, so lunch is over. Before we head out of town, let's stop and check out that garage museum. Franklin County 1910s Museum. Well, I don't know how that's good for business. Come all the way over here and it's not open. They're supposed to be open, but there's no one in there. So much for that trip. So I have to get some maintenance done on the Do. I come to my place, Ace of Fades in DeSoto. There's the owner, Nikki. So if you guys are in the area and you need a fade, this is the place to do it. Ace of Fades right behind me. Well, that was the end of this video. I hope that you liked it, and if you do, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, I'm wishing you peace and throttle.